We all love stories. Most people love to read them, but there are few who would prefer to listen. So, for those of you who prefer to listen, this is for you. Welcome to the Bible Stories. My name is Liz Kanye, and I'll be your host. Welcome. Thank you for joining the Bible Stories, the home of Bible stories told in an African way. I'm so glad that you could join us. So today I'm going to tell you another New Testament story, and I hope that this one will bless you. Before I get into the story, let me give you background information or the tradition of the Jews those days. I don't know if they still do that, but this is how they used to conduct weddings. A guy would spot a girl, and she would go. He would go to that girl's family, or rather tell his dad, and the dad would go with him to the girl's family, and they would pay dowry. And after they have paid dowry, after they have agreed on everything, now he then goes back to his father's house, and at his father's house, he is given a place where he can build a house for himself. So until that room is ready, he can't come for the bride. So he would go and make the room, and then come for the bride. So depending on the, I have a Kikuyu word in my head, but depending on how hardworking this person is, that is what would determine whether, how long it takes to build a house. So nobody gives you time, it is just you to decide. So when the house is ready, that is when he would go and get the bride. And when he goes for the bride is waiting with her maidens. You know, the maids. Today we call them maids. So they had that culture too, where there are girls who escort the bride. So they would wait. And usually this guy would come at night. So when he comes, they all go into the groom's homestead, the groom and the father where they live, and then that is where the bash would happen. That is where the wedding celebration would happen. So now I'm going to tell you the story that is in the Bible, in the book of Matthew, chapter 25. Now Jesus was giving the story, and he spoke about 10 virgins who were waiting on such a groom to come. So they came with their lamps. Those days they didn't have electricity, so you had to have your lamps, because you see it happens at night. So how do you walk? They had their own lamps. I guess there was some form of kanyitera. Kanyitera is that, I don't know what it's called, but it's it was a makeshift lamp. Anybody could make it. So this lamp, it was made from a tin, some sort of a tin, and then you put in oil. In our case, it used to be kerosene, but according to the Jews, it used to be olive oil. Then you put some wick. Then that wick is what you light. So it was not big, so it would not carry enough oil. So there were some flasks that they would carry with extra oil, so that when this one runs out, they put oil on this one. And then when the groom is coming, there would be an announcement. There would be someone blowing the trumpet that the bride is coming. So everyone comes out ready, and then they go for the function. So Jesus gave the story of these 10 virgins and how they were waiting on this bridegroom. So 5 of them had carried the flask with oil. 5 of them had not carried the flasks. They have not carried extra oil. So they waited, and then they slept. You see, you don't know when the groom is coming. You're just ready. You're just supposed to be ready to go for the bash. So 5 of them had the flasks, 5 didn't have. So they fell asleep. And then the trumpet was blown that the groom is coming. I can imagine the celebration that is there when the groom comes. The groom is happy that he has a wife. The bride is happy that she's finally getting married, and she's going to enjoy her wedding with her friends, yada yada. So this happened. The Bible says that the 5 foolish virgins asked these others who had oil to share with them, but they couldn't share because the flasks were really tiny, so they only had enough to take them to the groom's place. And so these foolish ones, they went out to buy oil. By the time they're getting to the bridegroom's place, the door had already been shut. So the bash is happening, and this bash is not just one day. It takes a couple of days. And so it is a very sad thing when you miss out on a party that lasts like a whole week. Yeah, because you didn't prepare yourself. So that is what happens, or will happen, to the 5 foolish virgins. And that, brothers and sisters, is the end of today's story. The Lord bless you. Until next time, see you.